Greetings, greetings, beautiful, beautiful being. Thank you for tuning in to today's movement medicine morsel. We're going to be playing with a favorite version of Warrior One of mine, a yoga pose, and it has a really flowing quality to it that I like, and it has a lot of interesting movement available for the shoulder girdle. So the shoulder blade, I find, is an often neglected place in our awareness. It's actually the place where the shoulder joint lives. So if you trace your own collarbone out to the side, you can pick either one. We're just going to do a little bit of this. Walk along that curvy bone, and you'll find a place over the shoulder where you feel another bony ridge. And if you reach over, you're going to feel into a curved cupping flat bone known as the shoulder blade. And if you take that lower arm and you lift the shoulder up and lower it down, I'd like to invite you to feel into what movement is happening with that curvy flat bone. And if you take your hand out to the side and lift the arm up, there's going to be something else happening. And we'll just relax that. So the shoulder blades, I'm going to pretend my palms are the two shoulder blades at my back, and then around the pinky finger on either side would be where the arm bone. So you can actually imagine this palm wrapped around me, and where my pinky is approximately where the shoulder joint is. So if I move my arm like this, my shoulder blade is going to rotate up. If I pull my shoulder blades around in front, if I move my shoulder in front, shoulder blade's going to curve around. If I pull my shoulder blades back together, the shoulder blades are going to draw in together. So that's just a little bit of a visual picture. Let's play with that a little bit for ourselves because it's going to warm up something that helps us in the upper body part of the warrior. So begin by sitting nice and quiet and calm and tall. Feel your feet. We'll come to our base a little bit later, but setting the basics of our foundation now through the feet, through the sit bones. Rise gently and effortlessly through the crown of the head and feel the whole spine lovely and elongated. And soft smile and take a breath or two, settling your rhythm of breathing. Breathing in through the nose, feeling your whole trunk breathe in, and feeling your whole trunk gently let the breath out. Now let's play with feeling into our shoulder blades. So I want you to take a sense of where they are on your back. And as you inhale, imagine them sliding up the back of your rib cage. And as you exhale, feel them sliding down and dropping. And again, inhale, they rise. And exhale, they melt and fall. Get a sense of them moving. So your shoulder joint actually moves with your shoulder blade. All right, new movement. On the inhalation, draw your shoulder blades together so your elbows come back a little bit, your chest opens. And exhale, slide your shoulders forward. The shoulder blades glide away from the spine. Inhale, shoulders go back, and exhale, shoulders go forward. What do you feel in your chest and your upper back? All right, and I'm going to move back a little bit. One more movement. If you lift your palms up and inhale, raising the hands up, whatever height you want to raise them, and then exhale, lowering them down. Maybe you get a sense of how the shoulder blades rotate and then rotate again. So there's a tipping upwards of that shoulder joint, and it keeps tipping up to let your shoulders go this high. And then the shoulder blades gently, elegantly rotate down to their resting position. You can do this with your palms facing forward. This one's the trickiest one to feel on your own. That doesn't mean you can't feel it. I often, in the old days when people would get together for classes, I'd have people pair up and one person puts their hands over the shoulder blades of the other person, so there's a bit of feedback, with permission, of course. And then feeling, both of you will be able to feel this rotation. So maybe you've got someone at home or nearby who would play with this with you, maybe now or a bit later today, but you can get a real sense of that. Okay, so 2 movements to build up. I'm going to move back a little further because this one involves the spine. We're going to lead with the backs of the hands. Exhale. The spine can soften and round a little bit. Your shoulder blades glide forward. The palms turn up and the elbows go back. Your chest opens. The shoulder blades squeeze a little bit. Turn the hands over. Backs of the hands lead forward. And inhaling, opening the chest. Exhaling, sense the shoulder blades sliding towards the front. And inhale, sense the shoulder blades gliding towards the spine. Excellent. We've got one more. And this one I'm going to combine with awareness of keeping the neck long and free. So we'll take our hands like this and bring them to the base of the skull. And gently lift up so there's length and freedom in the skull. And as you inhale, press up lightly on the base of the skull and fan your elbows back so the chest opens. And exhale, come up and over and draw your elbows towards the floor or your knees. Inhale, we're fanning open with a long neck. And exhale, we're curling the chest closed, but the back opens. Inhale, the back closes and the shoulder blades come together, the chest opens. Now find a comfortable place. I went a little too far there, I get a little excited. But find a place where it's comfortable for you, where the neck is extended. You're not necessarily in your fullest range of motion, but you want to be free and comfortable. And this is an important place because we leave the head and neck here and we open the arms up into a V shape. And here you have the victory V of the flying warrior. So there's a sense of expansion, freedom, and lift. And now we're going to put these movements together. I'll keep standing. Bring the palms forward and exhale, press the hands back a little bit behind so the shoulders extend. Glide the hands through. When they come to about this angle, then we're going to turn the palms to face each other, continue opening, back of the neck lifts, and the shoulder blades glide down. Bring the palms forward and exhale, press back. You can round a little bit. Inhale, glide the fingertips forward, you straighten up, and at the end, the palms face each other and you blossom into a V. Let's do that one more time before we add the legs. Exhale, you can soften, curl a little bit here. And inhale, we rise up, the palms open, and from here, one more little study. Inhale, raise the shoulder blades up. Exhale, let them melt down as the neck rises. One more. Inhale, because we all kind of get stiff in our shoulder blades. And exhale, let the shoulder blades lower while your chest opens and your head floats up. And then bring everything to the front and lower the hands down. I'd like to invite you to come to standing if you want to. All of that upper body movement is very happy on a chair. You can stand up if you want to add the legs, or you can continue along with the chair. But let's just shake out a little bit, because that's a fair amount of interesting stuff to travel with in the upper body. So lightly shake out, loosen things up, get used to standing up if you haven't been for a little bit. Ooh. Find that suspension, feel your feet, and take a few little loosening rotations. Either keep the head gently forward or let the head move. You can lift the back heel. Let it be fun for you. Okay, so now we're going to play with the legs. We always do a lunge in the warrior, and of course this can be any shape or size that suits your body. So in general, 1 foot in front, hip distance, and the back leg turned out to some comfortable amount. I'm not going to prescribe 90 degrees or even 45 degrees because that may not be appropriate for your hips. So one nice way to try this is to take the back leg back and have the toes resting and bring the hips more or less to front and see where it's comfortable to have that back thigh, and then put that foot down. And we have a chance to modify a little bit as we continue. So what we're going to do here is with the hands on the hips, shoulder blades dropped. Maybe your hands are better a bit lower down. We don't want to be in this kind of a position. So just let the elbows be heavy and drop down. And lunge on the exhale, staying nice and tall. And pull everything gently up on the inhale. Exhale, back heel stays rooted, and inhale. So there's a lovely sense of elongation no matter what you're doing with the legs. So we're gently pumping the legs. We're feeling the feet on the ground. We're noticing whatever we notice in the hips, etc. And now we're going to stay in our lunge. And one more tip for any of you who would like to lunge but you need a support, you can always find a chair or a physio ball if you happen to have one lying around the house, and you can bring yourself into your lunge with the one sitting towards the edge of the chair, and you're basically in the position, but you have something supporting your sit bones. So that's another little tip that you might find helpful. So here we are, we're all in our lunge. Maybe you've gotten a chair, and we're going to do the arms that we just practiced. So exhale, feel the air with your palms and gently press up and back. Inhale, dip down, you're flowing up and you blossom at the top. Exhale, you look forward, the palms face forward, and they press back. See what you feel in your shoulder blades. Relax the shoulder blades. They come away from the spine, they roll forward, and then you blossom and they slide down. Or maybe that's too much information and you just want to see what does it feel like to inhale, flow through with the arms, and then bloom. Let the chest rise, let the base of the skull rise, and then bring everything back. We're going to do one more so we can do the other side too. Inhale, and maybe you want to do that little test of raising the shoulder blades up, shoulders to the ears, and exhale, lower the shoulder blades slowly while the base of the skull rises. I call this the victory V, which I think is a nice top end of a warrior. And let yourself feel and breathe. And to come out of it, wait for an exhale, palms face forward, arms are about shoulder distance apart for this part, and just let them lower gently and hang. Step up, walk around a little bit, see how that feels. Maybe you want to shake out a little bit. And let's get ready for side two. So we're going to place ourselves in our lunge legs. Now, some of you might feel really good being deep and low. Some warriors are going to be riding a little higher. You want it to be your warrior where your body feels strong, confident, and calm, and steady. So remember, find that place. You can lift that back heel and adjust the pelvis and then place the foot. I'm nowhere near 45 degrees. I learned that the hard way. But my hips and my knees are so much happier now. So I invite you always to find how your unique, beautiful, magnificent body feels good in the pose. Let the pose be for you to learn about yourself rather than you to find some way of trying to fit into a mold of what you think the pose is. So inhale, we're tall. We stay tall as we exhale and lunge, and we're keeping that back heel connected to the ground. And we're just sailing. You can even look around a little bit. Just kind of take in your environment. A warrior needs to have a sense of what's around her or him, quietly, without tension. And then let's stay in our chosen lunge. And maybe you're on a chair, or maybe you're still sitting in a simple position. Let's exhale and the palms go back. And inhale, the fingers dip into the water. Inhale, you blossom on top. Now don't go to horizontal. Think of this as a V. And then exhale, palms face forward and press back. This is a real excursion, a journey of the upper body, the shoulders, the shoulder girdle. Inhale, brush through. Shoulder blades slide down, throat opens. We'll do 2 more. Exhale, press up and back. Inhale. Maybe the gesture creates more space for more breath. And one final one. Shoulder blades, let the shoulders come up to the ears. And on the exhalation, let them melt down as the base of the skull rises up, the throat lengthens, energy shoots out through your fingers. Feel the breath flowing in all of you. You're making this pose gives a lot of real estate for breath. And on the next exhalation, look to the front, lower the hands, let the shoulders find their spot, the hands just reach down. And step up and maybe shake out a little bit, walk around a little bit, feel that bungee cord and see how you feel after this experience of one vision of a yoga pose called Warrior One. And let me know if you learned anything new about your shoulder girdle or your shoulder blades, or anything that you want to say or write, or even if you have a question, or maybe there's a pose you'd like me to feature on Movement Medicine Morsels. I always love hearing from you. So blessings, and be calm and strong and open, and remember smiling. Remember to smile for yourself and then let that spill over to others, but don't forget yourself. All right, bye for now. See you next time.